Today, I am not coming here with complex theories, political debates, or arguments of sides and opposition. I am here with a question: where are we really heading? Once again, before the morning could arrive, the sirens start loudly. Even before the light could spread, fear had already taken over. Morning, which is usually a symbol of hope, new beginnings, and life, has today become the beginning of pain for many. We often say, a new day brings new opportunities, but we rarely realize that for some, that same day brings new tears, new grief, and new separation. The city did not want to open its eyes. Why? Because it was already exhausted, tired of hearing cries, witnessing screams, and counting deaths. When pain becomes unbearable, not only people, but even cities fall silent. Streets become empty, windows remain closed, and even the air feels heavy with fear. Hearing human cries before even dogs begin to bark in the streets, what does that mean? It is not just a sound, it is a sign that humanity itself is fading somewhere. We use words to explain such events. Some call it self-defense, some call it revenge, and others call it a holy war. But aren't these words too easy? These words hide the real pain. They reduce the value of tears. Have we ever thought, what does a small child understand when hearing these words? A 5-year-old cannot understand strategy or political balance. The child only understands a small world, his toys, his home, his parents. That child is searching for the head of his broken toy in the dust. It may seem like a small image, but it carries a deep meaning. Because it is not just the story of a lost toy, it is the story of a lost childhood. Where his home stood yesterday, today there is only open sky. But that sky is not a symbol of freedom, it is evidence of destruction. Where his father once told him stories, today there is smoke, silence, and only memories left behind. Imagine the pain of a mother. She is placing her hands under the rubble, calling out her child's name. That voice is not just a call, it is a desperate attempt to bring life back. But the stones remain silent. The world remains silent, and that silence is the deepest pain. Because sometimes, silence screams louder than any sound. Her heart is crying out louder than war itself. Yet why don't we hear it? Because we are far away, we are safe, and sometimes we are indifferent. We turn on the television, watch the news, and call it breaking news. Analysts come, show maps, draw lines, search for reasons and assign blame. But that map is not just a game of lines. Within that map, there was a kitchen where rice was cooking. Within that map there was a room where a child's height was marked on the wall. We see land on a map, but we forget that there was life within it. Now look from the perspective of a soldier. He sees a point and pulls the trigger. For him it is a target, an order. But that point is actually a life, a future, a dream, a family. In a single moment, everything ends. Have we ever thought, how many dreams die with a single trigger? Somewhere, a child looks up at the sky and asks, why is the sky angry? This question is not just innocent curiosity, it is a mirror of our society. And we have no answer because the truth is uncomfortable. The sky is not angry, we humans have turned our hearts into stone. And when hearts turn to stone, there is no kindness, no compassion, no humanity. And that is where violence begins. We often talk about progress. We say we are moving forward. But if our progress comes at the cost of humanity, what kind of progress is that? If our development destroys homes, steals childhoods, and ends lives, then it is not development, it is destruction. In the end, I want to leave you with a simple but powerful truth: no matter who commits it, killing is killing. And blood never checks anyone's passport. It does not recognize caste, religion, or nationality. It only flows, and reminds us that we are all human. Now the question is for all of us: are we still human? If we are, then we must soften our hearts again. We must relearn compassion. We must begin to feel the pain of others. Because in the end, the world becomes what we make it. If love lives within us, peace is possible. If hatred lives within us, destruction will never end. So from today, from this very moment, let us begin to change ourselves. Let us start with small steps: understanding, empathy, and humanity. Because in the end, history will remember us not for our power, but for our humanity. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to like, share and drop a comment below. Your one subscribe truly means a lot and helps this channel grow. See you in the next video.